Okay, guys, good evening this evening. This is a wonderful session with a wonderful personality. Honestly, it's an honor to have such a wonderful guest in our presence. Okay, today we are doing the fish farming for beginners. This is a live interview session with Mr. AKINWUMI Samuel Olubusayo, the CEO of Buskat Fish Farm and Academy. Okay, so Mr. Samuel, please tell us about yourself.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Um, like the host have said, my name is AKINWUMI Samuel Olubusayo, and I am the CEO of Buskat Fish Farm and Academy, located at Ayobo, Lagos. And I'm an aquaculturist. I'm not just a fish farmer. I'm an aquaculturist, so I'm involved in anything that has to do with aquaculture. So not just fish farming, aquaculture as a whole, that's what we do. And that's it.
Okay, nice to meet you. And
Same
it's
here.
amazing to have such a wonderful personality here with us.
My pleasure.
So, we want to ask, is fish farming your hobby or is an occupation? Are you doing it for fun or is something that you do as a full-time job?
Fish farming is not an hobby for me. It's an occupation. It's a job. This is what I do. You know, it's not an hobby in any way at all. This is what I do for a living. This is what I do for a living. So it's not just an hobby at all. So it is what it
Okay,
is.
okay, it's good. It's good. We're happy that we're talking to a professional in the house. So, having known that it is a full-time occupation for you, we'd like to know how many years you've been into the business.
Yeah, actively, I would say 5 years.
5 years.
But
Wow, that's
in
a long time.
yeah, but in terms of other unprofessional practice regarding fish farming, I would say approximately 7 to 8 years. But actively 5 years.
Okay, that's good to hear. So please,
Yeah.
we'd like to discuss your journey so far. 5 years is a long time. So if you can have any story to share with us, either one or two stories, your experiences, just tell us your journey so far.
You know, the funny thing is, I believe most definitely that everybody has a story to tell regarding the journey of everybody's life, and I'm not exceptional, I'm not exceptional because if I should say it's been an easy journey for me, I'm actually lying. It's not easy. It hasn't been easy. The sleepless nights, you know, the failed attempts, the try and error moments, you know. But it's part of the process everybody needs to go through in whatever aspect of work you find yourself, not just in aquaculture alone. You get it? So in every aspect you find yourself in life, in the workspace, then you would definitely have your bad times. And definitely I've also got my good time in the aquaculture industry, you know. But the worst time or the worst moment I could actually talk about was when I didn't really know much about water, when I didn't really know much about the impact of water parameters on our fish. So that really dealt with me. It really gave me a big one. And but I am happy now because that same water issue was what prompted me into being the aquaculture water engineer that I am today.
Wow, wow,
Because
that's nice.
the problem I was facing then made me dive into um, getting more knowledge regarding aquaculture from home and abroad. You understand? I had to meet with some other professional hands in Asia, and I did some professional courses, online courses. Then I met with professional people right here in Nigeria who were happy to put me through. Fine, it didn't come for free though, but I'm happy where it all got me to. And so that's just what it is. That's just what it is.
Okay, that's a lovely one. So we'd also like to know how many farms you own or how many farms you manage per se.
Okay. Okay. So basically, like I said, um, I am the CEO of Buskat Fish Farm and Academy, and that is the facility that belongs to me myself directly. You understand? But aside that, I have other farms that are that I manage. Let me use it that way. That I manage. Not I might not be there physically, but these are farms that are under my watch and my care. Like I run some sort of consultation services for them, and if I'm to start counting, I will lose count.
Wow,
In
wow,
regards
that's
that, I have a
wonderful.
whole lot of them under my umbrella. you know. So, and that's what it is. And I've got a couple of students that are alumni of Fish Academy. So, and I have them in different part of the country as well, like other states. So definitely, I also use them to, I make sure they also get involved in my operations by assisting me to attend to other farms in their community. You understand? Because I can't divide myself into hundreds. So I have my
Yeah.
students also get involved in attending to other clients. So that's what it is.
Wow, that's lovely. That's lovely. We're happy that at least you are a man of impact to the society. You're not just doing it as a business, you're also empowering others and also
Of course,
leveraging,
of
not
course,
like duplicating yourself into so many people. So, I want to
of
ask
course.
you from your experience over time, we know
Okay.
we have different types of pond. We know we have
Yeah.
the earthen pond, the trampoline pond, and so many other. So, I want to ask which is the best for farming, for fish farming?
Well, actually, all ponds got their pros and cons. You understand? Because depending on where you find yourself, depending on your budget, depending on the geographical formation of wherever it is you want to use. You understand? But the thing is, regardless of the kind of pond you are using, your water is the most important thing. You understand? To me, I would say earthen pond is the best. You get it? But not everybody has the luxury of the land formation required for earthen pond. Now, even if I said earthen pond is the best, how about the downside of it, the flooding and all those things? How about the fact that you need to drain the water totally and get yourself deep inside to scoop out your fish during harvest? How about the issue of treatment? It's not easy treating fish in earthen pond, unlike surface ponds. You understand? So to me, I would advise people going for any sort of polymer product pond. You understand? Any sort of like plastic, tarpaulin, and what's it called? This material, fiber, fiber
Okay.
ponds. You understand? These are products that are very, very efficient in fish farming. You understand? In case of any sort of issues with your fish, you can easily treat them. You can easily move your fish from one place to another. And not only that, these ponds are also movable. It's easy for you to move them from one place to another. Probably if you are in a rented place and you want to move to another place, or you just want to expand, so it's easier for you using any of these other ponds. You understand? So the only advantage that earthen pond has over this other pond is earthen pond is like a mimic of their natural habitat. So with
Okay.
that, they tend to grow faster. And
Grow faster.
earthen pond also supports the growth of microorganisms that are, beneficial for the fish. You understand? So with that, earthen pond assists you in growing faster, and it also in some way reduce your cost of feeding because they have other zooplanktons to feed on. So with that, like I said, depending on where you find yourself and your budget, regardless of whatever culturing medium you are using, the most important thing is your water.
Okay, having had you, speaking of budget, now the next question is what does it cost to start a fish farm and what is required both financially and what okay, let's assume I want to start a fish farm today. What do I need to have in mind? What do I need to prepare? What do I need to have both financially and every other thing? So just please enlighten us a bit so that the viewers can at least open their mind to starting the business.
Okay. Let me use you as a case study or a sound or a reference. Like you said, if I'm to look at you as a client who wants to venture into fish farm, you understand? The first thing I ask the person himself, like, what's your budget? You
Okay.
get it? Now, if the person tells me, oh, this is my budget, then I pick it from there. You get it? The elderly ones would say you shouldn't your two legs in the water at the same time. You understand? In every business, it's better to start from somewhere, start little, then you grow. Even when you have that millions to blow, you understand? That doesn't mean you should pour it in at once. You get my point? But regardless, we will still have some clients that will say, I've made up my mind, this is what I want to put into this, and blah, 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 blah. You understand? This is fish farming, just like every other business. You understand? It has its own crisis, it has its own good side, and it has its own bad side. You understand? But I would always want to put my clients on the safer side. You get it? Now, when I say depending on your budget, I'm happy you are a professional in the field yourself. So you know there are some farms that we call the backyard farm, which is the one you have in your house just because you have one small space. You understand? So you can't say you are expecting um somebody who wants to own a backyard farm. The budget of such a person is quite different from somebody who wants to have a commercial farm. You understand? But regardless of what it is, with as low as 100,000 naira, you are good to go. Regardless of the situation of the country, you can start small, you can start little. You understand? With as low as 100,000 naira, you are good to go. And you can spend as big as 100 million naira at the same time. You understand? So, depending on your financial capacity and depending on the space you want to acquire, depending on what you've had on ground already before venturing, you understand? Some people already got their landed property they want to use. Some people already have borehole on the landed property, while some doesn't. You understand? Some people just want to buy a place to use, while some just wants to rent a place to use. You get it? Then,
Yeah.
depending on the aquifer of where you are making use of, if you have a good aquifer that is yielding good water, which is a good water source, then you will spend less because you wouldn't need the process of treating the water and all that. You understand? I've seen people ask me the question like, can I ever get a perfect place with perfect water? Yes, you can. I've seen places like that where you don't need to treat anything, just use the water. And so if you are lucky to have such a place, wow, lucky you. You understand? That would save you cost. That will save you cost a whole lot. You understand? Because your fish will digest well, they will have good digestibility, and they will have good FCR. You understand? Because they are getting good water. And all these are things we need to put into consideration when trying to set up a place. So back to just cover up the question you asked. There's no limit to the amount needed in setting up or starting the aquaculture or fish farming. You understand? You can start as much as you can afford, and you can start as big as you can afford. So that's what it
Okay.
is.
Okay. Thank you very, very much. This is very, very encouraging because most times when people come to me and say they want to start a fish farm, sometimes I what are the kind of response to give them? I look at them, I ask them, do they have enough money? and that alone scares them. But having heard you now, at least I know that fish farming can accommodate both the small and the big. So their
Yeah,
budget
of
to
course,
determine the
most
capacity of
definitely.
the farm and how to go
Yeah,
about it. So thank you very much for
yeah,
that. So before I go to our next question, I wish to welcome our audience, Linda and Jigbenja. So welcome, welcome. I hope you're enjoying this session. Feel free to use the comment section. If you have any question, if you have anything you want to say, the comment section is available for you. So we'll move on to the next question. So,
yeah,
Mr. Boscat, what I want to ask
yeah.
is fish farming a lucrative business? Is this something that an average Nigerian should venture into, or is it just for the rich or for those that have other sources of income to support their fish farm?
Thank you for that question. That question, this is something a lot of people ask me, Fish farming is very, very lucrative. Very, very lucrative. You know, this is what I am doing. This is what I've been doing for years. And it's very lucrative. But like I said, just like every other business you get yourself involved with, it has its own risk as well. It has its own risk. And if care is not taken, if you don't follow the right procedure, once the risk comes in fact, you would probably think you are being which hunted. You get it? So
Yes, I
the
know that
fact the
feeling.
fact you get it, I've come across a lot of people saying, this thing happened in my farm. I think some people are behind it. I think some people are attacking me spiritually. No, no. I've been in that situation before. You understand? So I know what I'm saying. You get it? So not until I did the right thing, then I started getting the right results. And that is why I advise people, if you want to venture into fish farming, not even fish farming alone, any sort of um,
Business.
business or work that needs skills, then you need to go through the right process. Look for a reliable person and a reputable person in the business and do some sort of mentorship, apprenticeship, studentship. You understand? If this requires you paying some money, please pay the money. If this requires you having to inconvenience yourself, please kindly inconvenience yourself so that you wouldn't have to cry in the nearest future. You understand? So asking if fish farming is lucrative or not, yes, it is. It is very, very lucrative, but you need to go through the necessary thing, go through the grassroots, go through the basics before venturing. I'm not going against online classes and online what have you, but having your basic knowledge on the physical involvement or engagement makes your online classes or online training easier. You understand? So that is why I say, regardless of what it is, take your time to have a physical mentoring, physical classes, physical training, even if it's for a little period. You get it? Then you can now proceed into any other means of learning. And with that, you will discover that fish farming is very, very lucrative.
Okay, thank you very much for breaking that down. That was wonderful. At least I got a lot from it, and from your own perspective, with the right mentorship, with the right guidance, with the right set of people to direct you and point you to the right direction, definitely the business is a good to go. So for our
Yeah,
viewers out there, if you ever want to decide to venture into any business, especially fish farming, you need a
of
mentor
course.
to do what to contact a specialist like Mr. Boscat. He's an academy specialist, he's a senior colleague. Even me too, I learned from him. Most of his videos are inspiring, they motivate me a lot. So please do what
Thank
to
you very
contact him.
much.
So moving on to the next question. He says, do you use technology in any way to influence any of the processes of your farming? And if yes, can you please enlighten us?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Yeah, most definitely I use technology and It might be a simple technology, but it goes a long way for me. You understand? It goes a long way for me. Like I said, there was a time I was having issues with my water, and that got me, getting myself involved in more research and learning. So one of the technology I rely on is my water treatment plant. So I call it the aquaculture water treatment plant. You get it? So um, what a lot of people don't understand is we tend to focus more on pH when it comes to aquaculture, and we feel once our pH is in good shape, then every other thing is in good shape. But with my experience in water engineering, I got to discover that there are other parameters that are very, very important when it comes to aquaculture. We have parameters like the hardness, we have iron, we have calcium, we have ammonia, we have nitrate, we have nitrite. The list goes on and on and on. You
Wow.
understand? And if we don't put all this into consideration, if you think, okay, my pH is well, then other things are well, we are mistaken. You understand? And that is where my water treatment plant comes in, and that is the major technology I rely on my facility. I run a flow through system. You
Okay.
understand? I run a flow through system. So I can also call that a technology too. But you cannot run that flow through system if your water is not in good shape. If your water is not in good shape, you can't run a flow through system. So the water treatment plant has assisted me a whole lot, and it's still assisting me till now. And I I don't really think about how much it cost me to do that. I think of what I get in
The
return
end
for
result.
that I have done. You understand? So whatever it is it cost me to build my water treatment plant, I have gotten more than 20 times of it in return. You understand? So with that, it's serving me, it's giving me a good one. So the technology of the water treatment plant has been a good innovation for me, and it's been a life-changing innovation for me. Other people rely on things like the aerator and all that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm permitted to just speak a little bit further
Yeah,
regarding
yeah.
all
Feel free,
this.
feel free, feel free.
Yeah, yeah. People spend a lot investing on all sort of sophisticated equipment on the farm. I'm not saying it's a bad idea, but what people don't know is there are reasons why all these things were invented. You need to ask yourself, why are they invented in the first place before getting it or acquiring it on your facility? There are things we actually don't need in Africa because we are in Africa, but a consultant will tell you to use it just because an Asian country is using it, the US is using it, London people are using it. You understand? Africa is blessed. I'm not I'm not trying to be, what's it called right here. Africa is
Bombastic.
blessed. Let us forget about
The
the
crisis level.
political, you understand? But God Himself has blessed us. So there are things we actually do not need. But just because a consultant wants to extort some exorbitant money from you, they tend to now start adding this, adding that. You need to buy this, you need to buy that. Fine, they will tell you what they are doing, but do you really need them? So if you come to my farm, you might not meet all those paparazzi. You understand? What I need on my facility is what I'm using.
Okay.
Another person's facility might need more than what I'm using. If the person needs it, I'll tell the person this is what you need and this is why you need it. You get it? So it's just that about that.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for enlightening us on the technology you use, the aquaculture, and also shedding light on the aeration system, that is adding oxygen into the water so that the fishes can breathe. Thank you very much. So before we
Yeah.
proceed, I want to welcome Mr. Kunle. Mr. Kunle, we acknowledge your presence. Thank you very much for joining this session. Please, if you have any question, feel free to use the comment section, and we'll be delighted to answer you. Okay, so from the comment section, I have two questions there already. One from Madam Linda. She said, Mr. Buscat, is there anything like snake farming? So I'll leave you to answer that before we go to the next question and continue.
Okay, yeah, there is most definitely, but we are not really used to it in this part of the world. You know, the Asian people, they they breed snake. I think some part of the eastern part also breed snake. We know the Hausa people breed snake very well, but the Hausa people breed their own snake for show, for show, you know. But other places they breed it for consumption. You get it? They breed it for consumption. So snake breeding is very realistic and people practice it very well.
Actually, this is my first time hearing that people breed snake. But is there any part of Nigeria that people breed snake for consumption? If I may ask.
I have not really come across that, but
Okay.
there is. You understand? Okay, for example, there is a part of my side in Ayobo here where people go there to eat snake meat. You understand? So definitely they will have a regular supplier, and for you to be able to supply these stuffs regularly, then definitely you need to breed them.
Okay, that being said, Madam Linda, I hope you are satisfied with the answer. If you have any further question, feel free to use the comment section. So let's go to the next person's question at Jingbeja. Sorry if I spelled your name. Okay, she's saying thank you. So you're well appreciated, Mr. Boscat. She's saying thank you. So I believe she got her answer. The second question goes thus. I do not treat my water, bracket borehole, and the fishes are doing well. I am in Castina, Allah in Ben and in Benue State. So he's saying he doesn't treat his water. Yeah, the fishes are doing fine. He's in Castina and in Benue State. I believe you mentioned that it's not
Yeah,
everyone that
yeah,
needs to treat. So please answer the question.
yeah,
The floor is
yeah.
yours.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I said not every water needs much attention. Some people are so lucky. Some people are so lucky. So, like I told you, I'm not the consultant that will tell you to involve what you don't really need on your facility. So, for such a person that has a good water, lucky you. You understand? Just make sure you take care of there's what we call biosecurity. You understand? So you just make sure you take your biosecurity very seriously, because your water source might not be contaminated, but you can contaminate it from alien factors. That's from external factors, either dirtiness, not cleaning of your farm tools, and other factors, even environmental factors. You understand? So those are the things you should take good care of your biosecurity. With that, you are good to go.
Okay, I believe that has been answered. So you should take care of your biosecurity and be very conscious. So I think he also asked another question. What's your view on shrimp farming? Shrimp, SHRIMP farming. So please, if you have any answer, I don't know. I believe that's a bit
Was okay.
outside our scope, but
Shrimp.
if you want to enlighten, feel free.
Yeah. Although this is fish related stuff, but like I said, I deal with aquaculture generally. So shrimp farming is still under aquaculture. You understand? So I can say a little in regards that shrimp farming is a very good one. It's a very good one. The thing is, God's so good. There is nothing in the sea or that is aqua related that is a waste. You get it, including shrimps. You understand? So so all you just have to do is to look for the market, get the market for your shrimps. Look for people who are demanding for the shrimp, and in as much as you can breed them or culture them in large quantity, then it is what it is.
Okay, thank you very much for that wonderful answer. Although it was out of our scope, but still you gave it, you killed it, you nailed it. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we also want to welcome Augusta to our platform. Augusta, you're welcome. We really appreciate you. We know your
Thank you
environment is
very
dark. We
much.
can see your face. Okay, you're highly welcome. So the session has been going on. We know you've missed the earlier stages, but we promise you that we'll drop a link to the recorded section so that you can watch what has happened because a whole lot has happened. The introductory part was quite interesting, and so many questions have gone down, and Mr. Buskat has been doing justice to them. So if you have any question during the course of our interview session, feel free to use the comment section. Thank you very much, and you're welcome once again. Okay, then Mr. Kunle, before we proceed, Mr. Kunle on the comment section is saying thanks for the enlightenment show. Sorry, I joined in late and have missed the earlier parts. Okay, Mr. Kunle, don't be so worried because after now, this session is actually being recorded. After now, it will be shared. The the recording will be shared, so you can take your time to watch it, understand it, digest it. The essence of this whole interview is for us to be more enlightened into the aquaculture, into the fish farming industry, so that we can be able to excel in our various environments. So today we are in the presence of a specialist, my senior colleague, a mentor, the innovatist, the in fact, oh my God, he's a great man. So today he's the one throwing more light and showing us guidance, putting us through the right path. So feel free
My
to
pleasure.
feel free to watch the video later, cool down, digest it, and learn from all he has said. So we'll proceed to the next question. He says, "Do you have a farm record, and what does a farm record look like?" So please, I don't know. Over to you.
Yeah. Um, Most definitely, in every business you do, you need to have a record for it. Because if you don't, you'll just discover you are living, you are surviving, you understand, but you can't actually um, give account to your inflow and outflow. You understand? Now in fish farming, the same thing is applicable. You need to have you need to have a chart. You need to have a record book. We call it bookkeeping or record keeping. You understand? Now, what should your bookkeeping or your record keeping? What should it consist? You understand? Now, it has to consist date of either your production or your stocking.
Okay.
Now, I want to speak with both breeder and grow out farmers, simultaneously. So it should have either your date of production, which is spawning, or your date of stocking for the grow out session. Now it should have the feed that you bought. That's the feed that is being stocked, either being a breeder or being what's it called, a grow out farmer. You should have charts for your feed that you stock. Then you should have a column talking about what was sold. You should have the column talking about the quantity that was sold, then the amount the quantity is being sold. Then you should have a column talking about mortalities, which is mortality lost and mortality profit. Now you say what's mortality loss and what's mortality profit?
I
Mortality
was not sure.
loss. So mortality loss is the one that died, which didn't bring you any profit. That's a loss. You understand? The mortality profit is the extra fish you had when you sell. You understand? It's the extra fish you had when you sell, which means you added that extra fish, but you gained something in return. For
Sorry,
that's for
I don't
breeders.
understand that the extra fish you had after you sell. I don't. I'm
Yeah,
a bit
that's
lost.
for breeders. Yeah, that's why I said I'll be dealing with both breeders and grow farmers simultaneously. Yeah, for breeders, when a breeder sells fish out, we had mortality. We also call it mortality, but that doesn't mean what we added is a dead fish. It only means should in case some died while in transit due to stress, we have added some few extra pieces to replace them. So that is mortality profit. That's not mortality loss because you actually sold the fish and you added some extras, which
Okay.
is a business transaction. Now, mortality loss, you understand where the mortality loss comes in now. Mortality loss is the one that died that you didn't
Okay.
get paid for. You understand? So now you need to record the mortality loss and the mortality profit.
Profit. Okay. Okay.
With that, with that, you will be able to know the total fish that you actually have. That is especially for breeders. You understand? Once you are able to have um, an account or a record for the fish that died. You have a record for the fish you sold, and you have a record for the fish you added as extra. If you have that together, you'll be able to get an approximate numbers of fish you actually have at a particular batch or a particular production. You understand? Then after which you now have the total amount sold. You get it? The total amount sold. With this, you should now have total expenditure, which is how much you use in paying staff, your water treating, treating of the fish, and every other thing that is attached to the growing and breeding of your fish. That's the total expenditure. Then you subtract that from whatever you have in total. Then what is left is your profit. You get it? So what is left after deducting the money you used in stocking, the money you used for feeding, the money you used for your staffs, the money you used for unforeseen circumstances like light and all that, then whatever it is you are left with is your profit. Then you can recycle the process again. So that's it.
Okay, thank you very, 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 very much. This was mind blowing. This was expository. This was educating. This was honestly, you widened my academic horizon. You've opened my brain to a whole lot. I never knew of mortality profits. Only knew of mortality loss. But today, knowledge.
Yes,
Thank you
most
very much,
definitely.
sir. I really
You're most
appreciate you.
welcome. You're most
Okay,
welcome.
so going on to our next questions. It says, can you tell us the kind of fish you rear? Is it just one kind of fish, or you have different type of fish you rear?
Yeah, like I said earlier that I'm an aquaculturist, so definitely I
Okay.
should be able to do with varieties of fish. Majorly we are into catfish, but we all know for those that are in the business, we all know that catfish also have different subspecies. You understand? So we have the hetero, we have the hybrid, we have the clarias.
Oh,
You
yes.
understand? We have some other species, but
Probrancos.
they might not be, you understand? So they might not be widely bred in Nigeria. So we still have the pangasius. It's also a catfish. A lot of people don't know. Pangasius is actually a catfish. You understand? So we have the pangasius. So, but for me, I deal majorly on clarias and hybrid. You understand? So once in a while, I do the tilapia. I do the what's it called? Ornamental. You understand? These are once in a while or on request. You understand? I do ornamental, and that's just it. So I do majorly the commercially accepted fish.
Okay, okay, guys. So can you see why I say Mr. Buskat is a specialist and a specialist indeed? I myself, for one, I only do the catfish, the clarias, mostly because I do grow out. So my customers like the big fish. So, but he does different species. So please, if you have any questions, if you know you want to learn more, if you know you want need training, if you know you need guidance, if you know you need the right hands to hold you through your path, through your journey to success in the fish farming business, please do want to contact Mr. Buskat Fish Farm and Academy. So please, he's online. At the end of the session, he will give
Boss
us his
cat.
contact details. The Buskat.
Yeah.
Boss. Okay. Okay. So we'll move over to our next question, which says, what do the fish eat and how often do they feed?
Okay. I will try my best not to mention names because I'm not trying to advertise for anybody.
Okay.
They didn't pay me for adverts. So, but the thing is, yeah, I majorly feed my fish with premium feeds, premium brands. So, what are premium feed or premium brands? These might be, they are not necessarily imported brands. You understand? But sometimes when we use the word premium, what I start hearing is imported names. This, this, that. It doesn't necessarily mean to be imported. There are also brands that are made in Nigeria that are premium. You understand? And what are premium brands? Premium brands are brands that you know will give you a good FCR. And what is FCR? FCR means food conversion ratio. You understand? So any feed that you know that What you're supposed to attain in 3 weeks, this feed will give you in 2 weeks. It's a premium brand. I don't care if it's imported or not. It's premium. Don't let us down talk our home products. You get it? So regardless if it's made in Ogun State, if it's made in Lagos State, if it's made in Ekiti State, in as much as it can give you a faster result, faster than expected, then it's premium. Then it's premium. You get it? So I use premium brands. I use premium brands for my fish, especially when they are small. Then for those who are grow-out farmers, once your feed is getting to the top level, let's say like 3 months, then you can switch to an economy feed. You get it? The importance of the premium feed is just to give your fish a fast growth. You get what I'm saying? It's to give your fish a boost. Catfish generally, when they get to a particular stage, they tend to naturally peak, as in terms of growth. You understand? So once they get to that stage, you can now introduce the economy feeds. Those of us that are in the field, we know the economy brands, so we don't need to mention names, just like I said. So we know the economy brand.
Okay.
So once your feed is 3 months old, then you can switch to economy brand. But from day 1 to 2 to 3 months, please stick with premium brands, and that's it.
Okay. Thank you very, very much.
You're
This
welcome.
is mind blowing. Please, let's not make this mistake, because if you start your fishes from fries fingerling stage and you give them the wrong food or feed, they would have stunted growth, and to eventually affect your profits. So
Most
please, this is the best
definitely.
advice ever. So please let us ensure we use premium brand.
Brand from the
I like the fact
beginning.
that you chose not to call names because you don't want to do adverts. Maybe sometime in
Yeah.
the future, this big brand that produce fish feed, they would have to pay us to run an advert for them after
Yes,
such
yes, most
information.
definitely. Most definitely. The youths are taking over, so we should do it the way it's supposed to be done.
All right. So we move over to the next questions, which goes thus: do catfish fall sick? And if they do, how do you manage?
Okay, that's a great one. That's a great one. Catfish, just like every other animal, including human, there's this word I used to say. I said the act of man is the act of animal. You get it? In Yoruba, that means ishe eniyan, ishe eranko. So if humans can fall sick, if dogs can fall sick, if cats can fall sick, if goats can fall sick, then definitely fish can also fall sick. You get it? So now, what are the things to do? One thing I used to tell people is prevention is better than cure. You get it? There are things called prophylaxis. Prophylaxis can be anything. It doesn't mean it needs to be an expensive drug. You understand? Prophylaxis simply means an available drug that you can use as a preventative measure, or or as a first aid. Yeah, either as a preventative measure or as a first aid. That's what prophylaxis means. So, and in this time, things like bitter leaf is under prophylaxis.
Okay.
So I started with what bitter leaf, because I don't want everybody to always have that belief that until you buy some expensive antibiotics before you can treat your fish. So bitter leaf is a good prophylaxis. Neem, neem, that's the NEEM, is a very good prophylaxis at that. Then we have the synthetic prophylaxis, like the antibiotics for fish. You understand? Like I said, I don't want to call brand names. You understand?
Okay.
So
Understand.
liquid, we have the liquid antibiotics, you understand, that are very, very good and very, very active and proactive. And we have stuff like the probiotics as well. You understand? These are things that are very, very good and effective too. You get it? So, so if you can manage them, or once you see them behaving in some unusual manner before it becomes an epidemic or a pandemic, then you need to act fast by giving them any available prophylaxis.
Okay, thank you very, very much for this. This is um, this is enlightening. That's opened up my mind that we need to take care of our fish. We need to observe them. We need to study them for any change of attitude. Okay, while you were discussing this, a beautiful question came in, and I believe this question
Okay,
arose from our last conversation, the last question you just answered from Jibeja. I hope I'm sorry if I made a mistake in your name. Okay, it
okay,
goes thus. How do you improve the quality of your feed? I added a
okay,
crate of egg to a bag of feed, mixed it, and sun dried it to achieve improvement. What is your view on this?
okay. You see, like I said earlier, you can remember I spoke about premium brands. If you're in a premium brand, you will save yourself all this stress. Now, what people don't know is while we are trying to cut costs, we are still going to balance up some way, somehow. Now, if you refuse to use a premium brand due to its expensive, you will still pay for it if you are using economy brand. Because now, economy brand will take a longer time for you to attain your targeted size. You understand? While a premium brand will take a shorter time for you to attain your target size, right? A
Okay.
shorter time to attain your target size. Now let's assume the premium brand is being sold for, let's say, 15,000. I'm just saying, quote unquote, 15,000. And now the economy brand is sold for, let's say, 9,000. Now, to attain your target size, you will need, like, for example, you'll be needing 4 bags of the economy brand. Now, to attain that same target size, you might be needing just 2 or 3 bags of the premium, but you would attain it at a shorter time. So now, if you are using premium brand, you don't need going through the mixing of this, mixing of that to the feed. You get it? But like I said, we are all just trying to break even. So if adding egg mixture and other things to an economy brand will improve the efficiency of the feed, yeah, so be it. So be it. Everybody's trying to cut costs. Even in economy, you try to spend little to achieve more. So it's norm. So if it's giving you the desired result, please continue.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much for really digesting and breaking down that question to the barest minimum. Even a
Yeah,
layman on the street would understand. Thank you very,
yeah,
very much. So our
you're
next
most
question
welcome.
goes thus. How do you know your fish is ready for harvest? How do you know?
Okay. Now, for the professionals on the platform right now, um, like I said, we know there are we have breeders, we have grow out farmers, and we still also have the broodstock breeders.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So don't they are still part of the value chain. You get it. Now, for a breeder, we have different categories we sell as breeders. You get it. In the what's it called? In the corporate world of aquaculture or fish farming, we have the post fries, followed by fingerlings straight up, then maybe post fingerlings, then juvenile. Then after juvenile, we have maybe post juvenile, then grow out. But in the real life, in the real life, because that the corporate side is the corporate side, but in the real life, we have other categories in between these lines. We have the Jebu size, which we all know. We have the Jebu size. we have the jumbo. You get it? So for breeder, depending on the sizes you want to sell, you have options from post fry down to juvenile for breeders. You have options. So now all these options, they have their own what's it called? Dimension, or should I say specification. In breeding, the specification can be in length or in weight. So if, for example, post fingerlings in length in some places is between 6 to 7 centimeters, while in grams it might be maybe 3 grams. You get it? So
Yeah.
if you know you want to sell post fingerlings, either you are selling in cm or you are selling in grams, just know the equivalent of the cm to the gram and you sell. Just decide. If you are selling fingerlings, you know you are selling fingerlings. Now for the grout section, for the grout farmers, we have two major sizes they sell, which is the melange and the table size. You understand? Now, depending on the state you find yourself, you get it, these sizes also differs. In some states, from 200 grams, yeah, in some states, from 200 grams to 400 grams is classified as melange. While in some places, from 300 grams to 600 grams to 500 grams is still melange. That's when you will hear some people saying to make a kilo. To some people, to
Okay.
make a kilo is still melange. While to some people, to make a kilo is table size. You get it?
Okay.
Now, to some people, their home melange is 3 makes 1 kilo is their home melange. You understand? So depending on the location you find yourself, you acclimatize yourself with whatever price and nomenclature you are using to make sales right there. Then the table size, for me, anything from 500 grams upward is qualified as table size. Anything from 500 grams upward is qualified as table size. So what do you need to do? You need to constantly, like once in a while, you take out few pieces from your fish and you weigh them. Once you weigh them, you see the sizes, and you can determine if you are ready to sell or not. So those are the things you use to determine that your fish are ready to for sale rather. You understand? So the sizes are what makes you know that your fish are ready for sale.
Okay. Thank you very much. Having had you now, I'm meant to believe that I have been cheated over and over again. Because most times when people come to buy when people come to buy my fish,
Yeah.
the those coming to buy, they will look at the pond and say, ah, this is melange, this is melange. They will not determine the price for me. You can imagine. So I've been making a mistake all this while. What I should have done was bring out one or two, scale it, so I'll know the
Exactly.
from the size. I'll know what to tell them when they come.
Exactly.
Honestly,
Exactly.
I've lost because they will come and tell me this
Then
is a
another thing you need
melange,
to do.
this is 750,
Another,
850, 950.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Another thing you really need to do is, which most farmers, I don't know, maybe it's laziness or maybe it's out of what's it called?
care-
Um
carefree, I don't care attitude.
yeah, you get it. Once your fish is attaining a particular size, you need to grade them. Once you grade your fish, if anybody comes to your farm, you just point, this one is so nomenclature, that one is so nomenclature. Pick the one you want. They are not of the same price. So once you do that, they know you know what you are doing. But when you have mixture of 800 grams and some 400 grams in the same pond, my brother, they will tell you it's melange because they will capitalize on the 400 grams that is there.
Yes, yes,
But
yes.
once you already did the needful by separating them into different ponds of different sizes, then you are justified. So that's it.
Okay, now speaking of separation, yeah, I would like you to educate us on the various means of sorting because I know that yes, you made mention of some farmers are being lazy, lackadaisical,
Yeah.
nonchalant towards sorting
Yeah.
their fishes. You will not blame them.
Yeah.
You can't imagine
Yeah.
stocking 5,000 fishes and sorting them alone or with your family members. Trust me, your
Yeah.
waste will go down. So please, we would like
Yeah.
you to enlighten us on better ways or the normal ways, traditional ways, mechanical ways, better ways of sorting our fish.
Okay. We have different ways of sorting. You understand? And let me start with the technological way, which we really don't use that here. Some farms are using it, but it's not rampant. We have the fish sorting machine. They are very, very effective, very, very effective, and they are fast. At least what you ought to have done in 5 hours, a fish sorting machine would do it in 1 hour, 30 minutes. So they are very, very effective. But the downside of it is they are freaking expensive. They are freaking expensive. Another downside of it is if it is faulty, there's tendency that you might have to return it back to the country of production because there might be no engineers to fix it right here in Nigeria. You understand? So that is why I said let me just hint about that, then put that aside because it's not for an average farmer. Now, other means of sorting is grading. We have graders that are even to be used by grow-out farmers. Because once your fish is attaining like 200 grams or thereabout, which is like it's juvenile, you still need to sort. You understand? Those ones you can use some sort of grader. We have the box grader by Buskat, which you can order for once you need such, which is used for the ground session. You understand? Then we have the hand sorting, whereby you have a very big sorting table or a sorting board and you hand pick. You understand? We all know what our sorting table looks like. So you hand pick and you sort. So whichever suits you, all you need to put into consideration is you need to give your fish less stress, less stress. Because if you mishandle your fish, you will still run at loss. Because once you return them back to the pond, they start dying due to stress. You understand? And that is why you need to use the best approach. Grader, sorting table, the sorting machine, which I said is very, very expensive. You understand? These are the options you have.
Okay, when we started this session today, I told my viewers that Mr. Buscat is an innovator. I believe one of those days in the past, I saw one of his innovation that wowed me, that swept me off my feet, and that was his grader. I don't know why he doesn't want to discuss it because he's still keeping it in the pipeline. He has a grading machine that sorts fish magically. So I don't know. I don't know if you want to discuss it here so that people will show interest and reach out to you. Because honestly, that is an innovation that is mind blowing. So I don't know if you want to discuss it
Thank you.
or you're still
Okay.
reserving it. I don't know. Over to you, sir.
Okay, so the grader is actually called the box grader or the box chrome grader because it's actually made of some sort of wood and chrome material. You understand? It's very easy to use, just like the conventional grader. But the only difference right here is this gives your fish a smooth ride. It doesn't stress your fish, and it's easy to use. Just put it down, put your fish there. The smaller ones go down, the bigger one stays up, just like the normal procedure we've been used to. Only that this is easier. Your fish goes down effortlessly, and
Yeah.
it doesn't give your fish any sort of bruise and anything like that because it's made of chrome. We all know what chrome is. They are smooth and they are well, they are good for water and all that. So with that, and then you wouldn't have issue of breakage because to be honest, no matter how good the plastic is, on the long run, it tends the what's it called? The formation tends to change and it tends to break due to the fact that it gets in water. Once it's out of the water, it gets dry. Then on the long run, it becomes stiff, and with any slightest what's it called, it breaks off. But with our grader, you have a smooth ride. You have a smooth ride, and that's it. So if you need a grader, you can always, contact Buskat Fish Farm, and it will be well built to you.
Okay, please, so that they don't get to find your contact, please give them your contact now, because this product is hot cake in the market. And I know most fish farmers need it.
Okay, so to contact Buskat Fish Farm, the number to call, the hotline that I speak directly myself is 090-311-61189. I repeat, 090-311-61189. So that is our hotline, both for phone call and WhatsApp. Then you can also follow us on Instagram at Buskat Fish Farm. At Buskat Fish Farm. Just follow us on Instagram. You will see our logo with the CatFish, what they call Buskat Fish Farm on Instagram. So on there, you can also see our project, and you can also send us a message through the Instagram platform as well. So whatever it is you need related to aquaculture, we are here to serve you. And that's it.
Okay, sir. I believe that this video will go viral, to go far and wide, because I believe a whole lot of things were discussed, a whole lot of information was passed down. So I believe our audience too will be coming from different countries like India, USA, America. So please, I would like you to recall your contacts, put in the country code, so that wherever they
Okay.
are and they choose to reach out, they can always reach out effortlessly.
Okay. Okay. For the international people, if you want to reach out to Buskat Fish Farm, it is +234. Oh, sorry, +23 for 90-311-61189. +234 90-311-61189.
Okay, so please,
And
guys, do well
Buskat
to.
is spelled Buskat. Buskat. Fish Farm.
Okay, thank you very much. So please, guys, don't miss this opportunity. He's the best. He's an innovator, the youngster, a legend. Honestly, when you see what he creates, honestly, you will be so wow. So please do well to contact him, do well to reach out to him if you have queries, if you have confusion, if you have any problem in your farm, if you want to make life easy, effortless, stress-free.
Yeah,
Please do want to reach him,
yeah,
because he always has a way of making life easy. So thank you very
yeah.
much for this section. So we'll go
You're
on to
most
our
welcome.
questions. I hope you're not exhausted, sir.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. anything,
Okay, good.
anything for you.
Okay, good. Okay, well, we're almost done. We just remaining 3 or 4 questions. So I'll
Okay,
join this to at least reduce it. So I would like you to tell us the ways to market the fish. That is
okay,
after you see, let's assume you sell some and you want to market, you want to reach your target market. How do you reach your target market? And also, how do you process the fish for the final consumers? What are the different processes that you can
okay,
prepare the fish for the final consumer? So just
okay,
thank you.
okay. Yeah. One thing is, we all know that the world is changing, and technology cannot be put aside. So we need to all take advantage of social media. You understand? Very, very important. Very, very important. Like you know yourself, majority of the people I've worked for, we we haven't even met one on one. You understand? My consultant, the people I consult for, the people I go to build stuff for, the people I supply. Some of them, out of my clientele, I've not met with 60% of my clientele. Majority of what we do is we will build. And I'm happy on one of my platforms, or one of the platforms we belongs to. You see that when orders are coming in, whenever I want to repost those orders, what do we see? You just see that it's being rebuilt. So this is because I made good use of social media platforms. You understand? We, myself and you, we also met on a social media platform,
Yeah,
and
that's true.
you get it. And whenever that happens, you just um build the bridge. You understand? You connect. You get it? So there are several platforms by which you can make sales. We have the WhatsApp. Excuse me. Excuse me. We have the WhatsApp. We have the WhatsApp. We have the Instagram. We have Facebook. A lot of fish platform is on Facebook. We have the Twitter. We have a whole lot. What you just need to look out for is look for where your demand is needed. Then make sure you make yourself available as a supplier of that demand. Aside that, we have the physical visibility study. Go out there, go to markets. You get it? Go to markets. They have two biggest clientele in this our fish industry, which is we cannot put them aside. The Ilegas, that's all these Togolese people, all these Makoko people. Then we have the Abokis, you can call them the Abokis. They are good buyers, you understand? Especially of the melange. They are good buyers of this stuff. So look for them, go out there, look for them. The Abokis are the one who bid majorly on the smoked fish. Go there, give them a good price, and they will definitely patronize you. You understand? And that's that regarding how to market. Then in terms of processing, there are numerous ways of processing our catfish. You can smoke it. You can smoke it. You can either have your own smoking kiln where you smoke, or you take it to people who smoke the fish and you pay for their service and they smoke for you. You can dry it. There are people who sun dry. There are people who still prefer eating sun-dried fish. You look for people like that, or where the demand is needed. You do it and you supply. Then there is the grilling, which is my favorite though.
I love that too.
So the grilling, you can grill. The only problem I have with grilling is, I think when it comes to commercial grilling, they don't do justice to it. So I hardly eat grilled fish outside. If it's not grilled by me, if it's not grilled by Buskat, I hardly eat it. You understand? Because there are processing needed for grilling. Some people will tell you they grilled fish, and when you taste it, it still just looks like something that was boiled.
Yes.
You understand? So that's I don't classify that as grilling. You understand? Then some people grill with the foil. Fine, some people like it that way. But the best way to enjoy grilling is when you grill directly on the mesh, on the grilling mesh. It gives that charcoal taste, just like we used to talk about the bottom pot taste of jollof rice. You understand? So you need to be, and you should make sure it's deeply grilled, dried, and you should make sure it's well marinated. I go to places and you order for a grilled fish, and under like 14 minutes to 1 hour is ready. My dear, that's not grilled fish. That's not
Honestly,
grilled
you're
fish.
making me salivate as you're saying it
You
now. I'm
understand?
just
That's not grilled fish.
mm.
You get it? If you are able to create your market for grilled fish, or you have a very good location, at least marinating your fish at all should take nothing less than 5 hours. At least. If you know you have your customer base already, then before the grilling process, you should have marinated. You understand? If you are the one, we all know that our fish business or fish sales for consumption goes well at night or evening time. So if you know you want to shed in the evening, you should have marinated in the morning or latest 12 p.m. So by the time you start grilling around 5 p.m. or 6 p.m., you have a good taste. You have a good taste, and that will keep your clients and customers coming back. You get it? So that's that with fish processing. Then we still have the pepper soup sellers, the point and kill. You understand? Which is the most, the oga pata pata of them all. So it's part of fish processing. You understand? So making a good, delicious pepper soup goes a long way. Now, let me quickly chip in when it comes to pepper soup preparation, which a lot of people are getting it wrong. You will see some people will tell you if they are not the one cooking the pepper soup themselves, they don't like going outside to eat so person's own. That is because of the mode of processing. So what some people do is once they just prepare their pepper soup, the pepper soup sauce itself, the next thing you see is they just pour the fish in it just like that. It's not done. Your fish itself should have its own taste, not just the whole pepper soup vibe. No, no. Boil your fish on its own. Season it on its own first before adding it to the sauce, the pepper soup sauce. You get it? So with that, anybody eating your pepper soup will feel that difference. Like, oh, this pepper soup is different. Why? Because the fish itself tastes different. The fish has its own taste, while the soup has its own taste. You get my point? Then due to the fact that they've been cooked together, there will still be some sort of similarity between the soup and the fish. But you will still be able to say, man, there's something different about this fish. So that's that with fish processing.
Wow, this particular question has has busted and has destroyed, has scattered my taste board. Honestly, I've been salivating since the way you're explaining it. It means honestly, I look forward to
That's
coming
the
to eat your
Buscat vibe.
fish.
That's the Buscat
Honestly,
vibe.
you have a Buscat
Nah, nah, nah.
outlet?
Nah,
Do you
nah,
have
nah.
any? So that I don't mind taking flight or driving down to just come
Nah,
and
nah, nah, nah,
get
nah,
this.
nah.
The way you are, honestly, you're a good marketer.
No.
The way you're saying all this, honestly, I'm already hungry.
No, if you want the Buscat vibe, just visit Buscat Fish Farm. Just let us know when you're coming around and we'll put you on the Buscat vibe.
All right, no problem. I'm looking forward to that. Honestly, that it will be an honor. I like good food. I like good things. The way you're saying it, honestly, my brain was just, oh my god, this
Most
session now
definitely.
is, in
We'll
fact.
do justice.
Okay, so moving forward, I would have loved to ask you to go into detail about agriculture, but I know that that is a course on its own. That's a whole study on its own, and I believe you've already
Yeah.
thrown a little light at the beginning of the session. So let's leave that for
Yeah,
some other time, or because I know it's already running late, and I know you need to rest because you've been busy in
exactly.
the farm all day long. So we'll just take the
Yeah.
last two questions, and we'll now round up. If you have any questions from our audience, we'll take them. So the
Okay.
second to last question is, could you please tell us about, because I saw one of your innovations too, the one you sent to one country like that, by your black soldier fly, that is BSF. How
Okay. Okay. The
unique
one sent to
fish.
Ivory Coast.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So the BSF simply means Black Soldier Fly. Like I said, everybody is trying their best to look for alternative means of feeding our fish. You understand? So that's where the BFS comes in. Now, this BFS has been on for a very long time in Asia. You understand? But we are just getting to get involved in Africa, especially Nigeria. You understand? So BFS is a fly on its own, like the house fly, but a bigger one, and it's not a transmitter of diseases. And the reason it is not a transmitter of diseases is because it doesn't eat. BFS does not eat food. They only drink water. They only drink liquid. You understand? So
Wow.
there is no way by which they can process any sort of bacteria in their body, because food are part of the things that turns into bacteria in our body. You get it?
Yes.
So it is a very safe alternative feed for fish farming, or should I say livestock generally. You get it? So, but you're not feeding the fish with the flies. You're feeding the fish with the larvae, or some people will say lava. You understand? So that's what you are feeding your fish with. It is very, very proteinous, highly proteinous, very, very proteinous. So your fish would love it, and will grow fast. Like you said, the one you saw the other time was sent to Ivory Coast, that's Cote d'Ivoire, you understand, by yours truly, Buskat. And this is somebody who has been on my neck for a while, and he's based in outside the country, let me just put it that way. So, and we did what we know how to do best by delivering his first flight, and it got to Ivory Coast safely. And as you saw in the video that I posted on the platform, as at the time it got to Ivory Coast, they were already turning to flies because they want to culture it, so which is an addition for them. What was sent from here was a pre-pooper, but what they got, on getting that the pre-pooper was already transitioning into the BSF itself. And I just spoke with the person today. They said they're already getting eggs, and their eggs are already turning into larvas again. So the reproduction cycle continues like that. So it is what it is.
Okay, now on to our final question. I left this
Yeah.
question particularly to be the last because I know that most 90% of fish farmers would not want to answer this because they know that it is their selling point. They know that if they come online and expose the whole secret, nobody will come to them for consultancy or for training anymore.
Okay.
So I left it as the last so that at least I just hope that he, with his church mind, does justice to it,
it's,
or if he
it's
wants to
something I
leave
would
to
also
the benevolence of his
judge.
heart. So,
Okay, I'm all
the last
ears.
question for tonight goes thus.
Okay.
Can you please tell us how to hatch and nurture a fingerlings?
Okay, what I would say is, okay, I will just give a little because it's your show, so I should give that as an addition to it. But to know more, you have to visit my YouTube channel that will be coming up later on, not now, and I've got a whole lot on my head. So it's simple. I would say it's simple because now I'm a pro. But before now, it wasn't simple. You understand? What you need to put into consideration is brood stock. What is brood stock? Brood stock are parent stock. You understand? Of fish. That is the fish that will give birth to the offspring. You understand? So you need a good brood stock, and now I said I don't want to mention some brand names because I'm not doing adverts for people. Now this one I'll mention getting a good brood stock. Aside meeting somebody like myself, you should meet GoodFishAcademy. It's got good brood stock. That's Expo. I'm giving you guys
Thank
Expo.
you,
It's
thank you,
got
thank you
it's
very much,
got
sir.
good brood stock that are like 2 years of age, 2 years of age, and these brood stocks are not. They are not kidding. These brood stocks are not kidding. I'm talking of some three kg and above. You understand? Now, what do you need to check for in the brood stock? The head maturity. A whole lot of people would say, since it's loaded, it's ready to be used. No. The head goes through different stages. Loading, coloration, maturity. The head goes from light green to brown or even golden brown. Now, if you would ask me the color or the type of eggs to use most, go for the brown. Even if it is not golden brown, go for the brown. And if for any reason whatsoever you want to go for green, you will go for dark green, not leaf green. All these colors matters. It doesn't mean they won't hatch. They will. You understand? But how about their immune system? Will it be strong enough? Remember what I said earlier. The heart of man is the heart of animal. So imagine you having to bring out a premature from a woman, a baby who is not ready to be in the world. Definitely, you have to go extra length to make the baby survive by giving them oxygen, by giving them some probiotics and antibiotics and blah, 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 blah. The same thing is applicable to the fish. You get it? So now, like I said, if for any reason you want to go for the green eggs, go for the dark green. But the best to go for is the brown, either the dark brown, light brown, or golden brown. You are good to go. That's superb and perfect. Then, thirdly, your male brood. Make sure you have a good male brood, and the male brood is quality in terms of the sperm sac and the sperm color. In aquaculture, we call it milt, the milt sac and the milt color. Even the liquid, the milt itself, you understand, it should be whitish, milky, then the sac should at least be big enough to take whatever quantity of eggs you want to incubate. The rest, I cannot say it because it's practical. This is where I will stop.
I understand.
So that's just the one I can explain for a layman to put into consideration. Every other thing from where I've stopped now is basically practical. So you need to register yourself under a good and a reputable farmer. I'm not saying Buskat in particular. I don't know where your location is. You might be far away from me, but look for somebody that is been in the game and is reputable. You've heard of him, you've heard of her, and you do the needful. And for some people who feel, oh, it's Buskat I want to, you're welcome. And for some people who says, oh, my place is far away, what can be done? We can make provision for accommodation for your duration of time, or just for you to have basic knowledge while we continue the rest virtually and online. So, and that's it.
Okay. Then finally, you saying you want to provide accommodation for those that want to learn. That's a very good one. That's a very good one. Very, very nice. I also want to ask, do you have an online session where you do online trainings for those that are, let's say, outside the country, in foreign
Yes,
countries? Okay.
yes,
You have
most definitely,
session?
most definitely. Yeah, we do our online trainings. Just like we are,
Okay.
just like we are having a virtual call now. You understand? Put them through. I have materials I also send to them that they go through, like a guideline, both video and what have you. I send it across. Then we do the rest on virtual call like this, and I put them through. Then sometimes I actually make them hand while they learn. That is a program I also do on my farm. I call it the hand and learn, or the learn and hand, which is
Okay.
a process whereby you are learning, and at the same time, from what you are learning, you are also earning. Which is, for my students, I can say, okay, you want to do like for example, maybe you want to do like a 3-month course. You understand, which I classify as intensive course. I have the semi-intensive class, I have the intensive class, then I have the intensive master class. My semi-intensive class is a 1-month course. You understand, that majors on basics of fish farming, or if you have a particular thing you want to learn in fish farming, that's the semi-intensive class. And the intensive class is a 3-month course. Now, the intensive class comes with the learn and earn. The semi-intensive doesn't come with the learn and earn, but the intensive class and the intensive master comes with the learn and earn, which is the 3-month course. After your first 2 months, your last month, I would probably give you a pond to either run a production or what have you. Then whatever comes out from that, your own production, belongs to you. It's my
Oh
own
my
way
God.
what's it called,
Wow, wow, wow.
impacting
It's
my
wonderful.
students. You understand, it's my own way of supporting my students. Fine, you have come to learn, but while learning, count money from that business, and that money is yours. That feeling. That is a way of giving you that morale, of encouraging you to do more, so that you won't finish learning and just go and relax. But when you remember that, oh, in my little time of learning, I went home with so amount. How much did I pay to learn? I paid so amount to learn. But when I was leaving, I made so amount when I was leaving. Then that's a form of encouragement. So that is applicable for our semi-intensive. Sorry, that is applicable for our intensive class and our intensive master.
Okay, so thank you very much for this powerful, mind-blowing, expository, educative session. I don't know if this is possible. I don't know if it is proper for you to disclose this for our viewers that are interested in you. I don't know if they would like. I'm sure most of them will be like, "Oh, I wonder how much Mr. Buscat will charge for his training." I don't know if you would like to disclose this now. We want them to call you so that
That's no
make a
problem.
good deal.
That,
So do you want to give them
that's
a
no.
price range so that they'll prepare themselves before calling you, or do you want them to just contact you direct?
Well, you can contact me direct, but our money is not much because we put into consideration the situation of the country. Because fish farming is sort of like an empowerment for the youth, and I'm always trying my best to encourage the youth to join the fish farming family. You understand? Now, regardless, even if we have our own prizes that we are giving generally, um, based on Good Fish Academy, I'll be giving a discount price.
Wow.
So for our semi-intensive class, if you are calling me and you mention Good Fish Academy, it will go for 30,000 naira for the
Whoa, that's
semi-intensive.
wonderful.
That's a 1 month course on fish farming, basic knowledge on fish farming. Then for our intensive class, if you are coming through Good Fish Academy, we'll let that go for 50,000 naira. That's
Sorry, speak
a
again.
3 months, 50,000 naira. 50,000 naira. That's a 3 months
That's wonderful.
course
That's wonderful.
on fish farming. And remember, I said from the intensive class, you have the Learn and Earn program, whereby before you graduate, I will assign a fund for you. You run your production, and whatever it is that comes out from it goes to you. Then our intensive master class, which is the class we offer for, like, let's say 120,000 naira. If you are calling me using the magic word Good Fish Academy, you'll be getting our intensive master class for 80,000 naira, which is a 6 month class. It's a 6 month course. It's 6 months, and it also comes with the Learn and Earn program, where you have a fund designated to you and you have your sales taken and remitted to you. And that's it.
Okay, so thank you very much. This video is recorded, after which I will share the recording with you. Also, I will post it online, and I'll also emphasize this promo that you just gave to our audience today, so that they will reach out to you and take advantage of this promo, and also take advantage of the Learn and Earn. Trust me,
Yeah,
it's beautiful when you're learning, you're also earning the joy that comes with it. You go home proud, you
yeah,
go home with testimonies to tell. So thank you very much,
yeah,
Mr. Buskat,
yeah,
for this
yeah,
wonderful
most welcome.
session. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
enlightening us, for teaching us, for training us, for educating
Thank you.
us. Honestly, I
Thank you. My
promise you
honor.
that good things will come out of this. So thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, amen. I'm honored.
So,
I'm
Mr.
honored.
Kunle, you were saying earlier on that you are sorry for coming late, that you might have missed a lot. I'm sure by now you know you did not miss a lot. I don't know, do you have anything to say? Would you like to talk to us? If you want to talk to us, feel free to either use the comment section or unmute yourself. Are you still here with us? Or do I unmute you from here? Let me try. Okay, I think.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good
Um,
evening, sir.
yeah, Mr. Buskat,
Yeah, good
Ọ̀gá
evening,
mi
sir.
àtàtà,
Good evening, sir.
Ọ̀gá mi àtàtà, ẹ ǹlẹ́ sà o.
Kalesa.
I hope you, Ekalesa, I hope you still remember me now from Magodo. You did my grading. Your student that you are here to visit. Eh? Your student through the back door, sha. Eh?
I'm with you, sir.
Honestly, it has been a my blowing experience, and personally I feel elated, to be part of this show tonight. I narrowly, almost missed it, because I actually saw through the platform, when you put the invite, the link there, and I was telling myself, I want to be part of this show. But along the line, I just discovered this is almost 8:30. This program is going on, and that was when I actually, joined in the program.
Yeah.
You have said it all. You have said it all, and you have proved yourself, not just a pro, in this particular business. In fact,
I'm humbled.
maybe, in the class of when you say professor, those who are learned, we also have what we call professor emeritus. So I think tonight I'm not a prof yet, but I think I want to confer that honor on you, Mr. Buskat. Honestly, there is no day, even your contribution, your sterling contribution within the platform has actually helped a whole lot of us. You always go out of your way, to explain, try to resolve people's, challenges. Though you are not the only one, like our, fish lady, Shikemi, and some other, Shikemi, and some other notable, professionals, within that platform alone. Honestly, if you may not know how it has enriched, the quality of some of us, in this fish business. Like I told you, personally, I'm here to have, let me say, a formal training on it. But it has been, a kind of an ambition, starting from, okay, let me just have something for the weekend, to, okay, turn your passion to your business, So honestly, tonight also, it has been a wonderful, and I want to also appreciate our good fellow, the Good Fish Academy.
Good Fish Academy,
Exactly, for taking out time also, at least to invite this our Professor Emeritus, to the studio, and the quality of the question. Exactly how you've been able to moderate, those questions. In fact, my wife brought in food. Do you know I was actually taking my dinner and I had my phone on my lap? She was like, I had to lower the TV. I said, no, I don't want to miss any part. But when I even needed to watch my hand, I took my phone to the kitchen to watch my hand. Just honestly, a call came in. Maybe you noticed that, a call came in, I missed out. I had to join back again. That is how, interesting it has been for me personally. I want to say I have actually, gained tremendously. And I want to believe others too who have been able to join in this, live broadcast. They've been able to also, benefited, immensely.
Most definitely.
I just pray that the good Lord will continue to prosper all of us, especially to you, the prof, in this particular business, we will not get you will not get tired of us. Let me put it that way. We will continue to knock at your doorstep, asking questions like kindergarten children. You never get tired of us now, honestly. So thank you very much. Thank you and thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate.
Yeah, humble. We appreciate you too.
All right, sir. Keep doing the good work. We appreciate you, sir. Thank you. All right, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, that being said, thank you very much for that powerful speech, Mr. Kunle. I'm glad you enjoyed the section. Even me here, I myself, I am overwhelmed, like I'm overjoyed. In fact, smiles all over my face. I learned a whole lot. In fact, tonight I felt like crying because I felt heated. For 2 years, I've been doing like this. Come to me, they'll tell me, hey, our customer, you know, we like buying from you now. And they will give me their price. My fishes were 200 gram, 1 kg, and they were buying it the price of the lunch just because I wanted to sell
Yeah,
off. Because
yeah,
I'm just starting, I
yeah,
don't have customer base. But with what I learned today, I would this time around I'll be more prepared. I'll be more organized.
yeah,
When they come, I tell them
yeah.
this is my price, this is my price, everything is very important.
Most
Thank you very much,
definitely.
Mr. Buskat. Honestly, today was a wonderful section. I really appreciate you. Honestly,
You're
you're
most
a
welcome.
professor emeritus. You're a legend. And we are proud of you. Thank you very much
You're
for
most welcome.
working with us. We hope that
I
this video will
appreciate.
go
Thanks for
viral.
having me.
I'll share it. I'll also send you a copy.
No
Thank you
problem.
very much,
No
sir.
problem. No problem. No problem. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for having me. Thank you, Mr. Goodfish Academy. Thank you for everybody who came online. Thank you for everybody who couldn't make it but wanted to make it. And thank you for everybody that has been supporting both Goodfish Academy and Bosscats Fish Farm. You can always reach out to us. You can always call us for anything aquaculture related, water treatment plant installation, RAS, which is the recirculatory aquaculture system, pond construction, farm renovation, farm rejuvenation, fish sales, any kind of fish whatsoever. Everything that has to do with aquaculture, just call on us and we'll be at your doorstep. Thanks once again and thanks for having me. I remain yours, Samuel. Sign out.
So we'll see our final buys. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye bye.
Thank you.